Alright, welcome back, boys and girls. Long time no see. It's been getting hotter around here. So yeah, it's been so hot, it's just easier. Easier just to get out here, sweat it out. Version 1, I'm liking the way it's coming out, so here we go. It's in. Got our fuel pressure regulator, everything set up. I wanted to show you where it was at now, and because I just have like footage. Like I said, I don't know where the stuff fits in, who wants to see what, like how it even makes sense, and the progress of the build, so I still have a lot of stuff. So yeah, show you where it is now, and then show you how we got there. Girls, long time no see. It's been a hot month, so it's a complete motor now, but I'll explain what we got going on, and then yeah, whatever. Alright, so we got our wiring specialties harness. This thing is nice, man. Full custom plug and play. Actually, look at this thing, man. Perfect. You're gonna get your relays. You even got your fuse link. You even have your relays labeled out for you with the EFI relay. Let's see, passenger 02. IAC. I mean, this harness is nice. Harness is balling. So they definitely solved a lot of my problems. So, alright, that's the harness. Got the intake all together. We got a oil filter hanging. Cause I had to put oil in it. So, alright, clutch setup. So I'm gonna be running competition. So I'm running competition stage 2 clutch. It's the VQ clutch. So it's a 250 mil VG NA flywheel. So that's a 240 flywheel. Well, it's the same diameter, 240 mil. For the VG clutch is a 240 mil. VQ is a 250, so I'm using the VQ clutch just to give me that extra bite. But I'm using a VG flywheel. Actually, Z1's lightweight, super nice. So I think that's where a lot of people not run into problems, but I mean, it's kind of like your personal preference. So since I'm still using the CDO1 trans off of my original VQ and not the Z32 trans, so I kept the VH starter. I had to cut and notch the trans. I'm gonna show you that and show you what not to do. So yeah, to use the VH starter, I had to keep the VH flex plate. So it might look a little funny, but check this out. Yeah, so you can see there's a lot of gears in there, a lot of teeth. That's because it's 2 flywheels. You can see, because you have to do that to even get the starter to engage on anything. You can see the VG clutch, the VG flywheel. Well, it's a little far now. So the VG flywheel was spaced a little different. So the actual gear for the starter, it wouldn't reach the teeth for the flywheel, so no start. So we have to run this dual flywheel setup. Instead of a dual clutch, dual flywheel. Why not? It works. All right, so here's what So the way the VQ starter, so you see the VQ starter obviously sits in here, but with this not being a VQ, the starter sits up higher and deeper. Like as you can see, the starter sticks out so much. Like that's the actual block. This is just the adapter, but the starter is that far out. So I had to notch that far just to get the nose of the starter in, and it fits, so that's fine. Yeah, I tried to shave it down first, but that did me nothing. So you had to cut and notch it. As you can see, you can see my JB weld here. Because this took so long to cut, I was almost finished. As you can see where it's sheared, I only cut about half, and then I was trying to knock it just to give me more room to get the blade in, and it actually, because it's casted, it actually just knocked this whole piece out. So it's not gonna have a bolt or anything going through it. It's just so there's not a huge hole in it. But we got our new throwout bearing. Well, it's never gonna run EGR. Never gonna run EGR, and I have all the evap and emissions and all that stuff, all the complicated stuff under the intake. It's all stripped out and simplified and pretty basic now. So no EGR. So to use that hole, I put the wideband in it. So I just used just regular O2 sensor bung, just welded that on, and then put the wideband in it. Well, metals were same thickness, same types of metal. So well, my wife told me, she said, "I thought you had somebody do that one. That one actually looks good." Like, unbelievable. Whatever. So anyway, I touched up the V-bands just to make sure they don't leak. But yeah, it's super ugly. Like just the metal thicknesses and the metal densities are different. So it's functional, I don't care. But I did go back over them a little bit just so I can sleep at night. Alright, as for tuning and controlling this bad boy, alright, so I'll be running this tune on the stock Q45 ECU. So I sent mine out, got it chipped. It's back. It's been back for a minute. But anyway, so I just took out the stock, the stock ECU and bracket, and just made something work. This is the original Q45 bracket. This is the G35 bracket. So I ended up just cutting and welding these little tabs on the end just to get it to hold and ground to the gold plate. And on the back of here we have courtesy of Wire and Specialties, we got a CAN bus controller. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out AC, believe it or not. But yeah, that's what we need all the CAN bus for, just to keep everything functional. It's not a race car. Welcome back, boys and girls. Welcome to the mess. So what we got going on today is, I know in the last one I said was probably the last thing I had to drill before the motor went in. Throttle cable. Hope you can see I got some stuff down already. This lighting is terrible. Okay. So that's where the pedal mounts. At the top of the pedal, you can see where the pilot hole is. I cut out some of the, like the soundproof or the sound deadening and stuff. That's the pilot hole. That's where like the main harness comes through. Not the main harness, but the harness on this side comes through. So the pilot hole is about where the top of the pedal would be. As you can see, it's a lot higher. So I'll tell you how I'm gonna get that to work. So basically, because there's the secondary firewall, so that's why the light was. So I drilled my pilot hole, and then I shine my other light directly at the pilot hole. I mean, I know it's not perfect, but it was the closest way because of the secondary firewall. I was trying to figure out how I would get the hole to at least be close, and I think, well, close enough. So, like I said, you shine. I put the light. You see, that's the pilot hole, shining from the inside, and so I'm trying to reuse my pedal, but obviously the cable's not from this car, so it's like I'm working with the pedal's distance. I can only go so far before my pedal hits the floor and the cable's maxed out. I want them to both be at the same point. Like, I don't want to half throttle, but the cable's fully pulled, so I'm half throttle, but the car is pedal to the floor, or the ECU, cable, engine, throttle, whatever. Car thinks it's on the floor, but I know it's only halfway. I don't like that. I want it to be the way it was. So yeah, I'll show you that. The cable fully extended. The cable fully extended. Of course. With the cable fully extended, right? See this little knob thing? See the space in between the top of the pedal and the cable. Now I think I can make that up with the actual cable mount that I'm going to use. I can just, maybe if I mount it down here, that'll give me the same, it'll be okay. So let's see if I can get that to work. I'll crank it over for you. It's not ready to start, but okay, so like I'm saying, it's not ready to start, but I'm excited about it, so maybe somebody else will be. Ooh, I wonder if you can hear that. Sound like a VQ going by. I'm gonna miss that sound. Yeah, I know people don't like it, but I'm gonna miss that sound. My pump is super loud. So as you can see, we got everything's looking good, full power. We got all that good stuff. And yeah, I have a bunch of stuff still unplugged. Obviously, there's no front end. Hey, my map is back. What? My map stopped working like 2 years ago. I'm hyped. Yeah, I guess the moment everybody's been waiting for, I've been waiting for. I mean, I guess it's just a little taste, so. That's it.